Hello, y'all. Welcome back to the Quiet as Kept podcast. It's your girl, Shanti. I am a master certified mental health coach, mental health advocate, keynote speaker, and author. And I want to welcome you back. Today is a little different. It's not just the end of an episode, it's the end of a season. And honestly, it's the end of a chapter for me. Over the last several weeks, we have talked about emotional exhaustion, the mental load nobody sees, why peace feels foreign when chaos feels familiar, what happens when you ignore yourself for too long. And if I'm being completely honest, those weren't just podcast topics, those were lessons I was living in real time. So when most people hear the word rebrand, they think logos, colors, fonts, websites, photos, marketing stuff. And yeah, some of that is going to be changing, but the biggest rebrand that is happening right now is not only in my business, but it is me, the woman behind it. Somewhere along the way, I realized that I had outgrown versions of myself that once helped me to survive. And survival is not supposed to be your permanent address. I tell y'all all the time, we are not meant to be here to survive. So I have to walk the walk that I'm talking to y'all. Otherwise, I'd be a hypocrite, right? And we don't do that over here. So there comes a point where you have to stop surviving and start becoming. And that's exactly where I have been this entire year. I just wasn't telling everything until everything was final. So here we are at the finale. Now I can tell you what's going on. So I got a divorce. It was finalized in February of this year. And one thing I have learned is that healing isn't always pretty. I mean, I knew this, but sometimes healing looks like letting go. Sometimes healing looks like ending things. Sometimes healing looks like choosing yourself. And many of you know by now that I have gone through a divorce. If you didn't know, well, then surprise, I've gone through a divorce. And while divorce is often viewed as failure, I don't see it that way. I see it as honesty, I see it as growth, and I see it as recognizing when a chapter has ended and having the courage to turn the page. And no, it was not easy. It was definitely painful. And would I wish it on anyone? Not necessarily. But this whole process has taught me something powerful. You can love people and still choose yourself. You can grieve and heal at the same time. And you can be thankful for a chapter while still knowing it's time for a new one. So, just to give you a little more detail, my spouse filed for divorce on August 1st of 2025. And before that, we were having issues. We had been together for a total of 17 years, married for 10 years. And once the divorce was filed, we went through the rigmarole, and it wasn't pleasant on my end. I can't speak for anybody else, but no, it was not pleasant on my end. And, at the beginning stages of it, it was rough for me. And now that I'm at the end and looking back, I know that everything that happened was necessary because it showed me who I am. Because this was the most traumatic experience that I have ever gone through, ever. This puts the cherry on top of traumatic issues that have happened to me throughout my years. So the healing is not finished. I'm going to be transparent, of course, because healing, I'm still healing. I am currently still healing, and I probably will be healing for who knows how long because there's no timeline on it. I just added it to my things to heal from. I haven't arrived. I don't have all the answers. I never claim to have all the answers. I don't care what I've been through. But I know that I used to did not wake up every day feeling healed. Now I'm waking up happy where I am. I am so happy right now in this stage of my life. And I know that all the things that I went through beforehand was necessary for me to show up here and be talking to y'all. I'm still learning lessons. There's still moments where I have to choose peace over what seemed familiar. I had to choose growth because growth is uncomfortable as hell. And this was the most uncomfortable growing pain that I have had. It was worse than childbirth. But I chose truth over performing. So I could have been still on here talking to y'all, pretending that I was all happy and we were happy and blah, blah, blah. No, I'm not doing that. That's not me. That's not who I am. And I think it's important to say that social media sometimes makes healing look finished. Healing isn't finished. It's never finished. It's always going to be ongoing. As long as you have breath in your body, you are still healing if you choose to. And the goal is not perfection. It's never perfection, because if you choose perfection as an end goal, you're never going to heal. The goal is always progress. Be 1% better than you were the day before. And every day doing your best don't look the same. If all you have is 1%, then give that 1%. If you got 50, give that 50. If you got 100, give it. So the biggest lesson this season taught me, you can reinvent yourself at any stage of your life. I am 49 years old. I've been married twice and now divorced twice. You are not required to stay who you were, because I guarantee you, I am not the same person I was the last 17 years. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to evolve. You are allowed to disappoint people who benefited from the old version of you. And you are allowed to create a life that feels aligned with who you are becoming, not who you used to be. So as I continue this rebrand, you're going to notice some shifts. You will see even more honesty. Not that I wasn't being honest before, but I'm going to, give it to you more raw, more transparent, more conversations about healing in real time, because I never want you to think that I'm completely healed and I'm trying to tell you how to do the same. No, we're going to all heal together, because there's always some part of our life that we need to heal and grow from. So, you will never hear perfection from me, because I stumble, stutter, and laugh and do all kind of shit when I'm talking, whether it's on a podcast or a live or a post. I purposely do not edit my content because I want you to see that I'm human and I'm not perfect. And you are going to get more behind the scenes, because I don't want to teach healing from a pedestal, because Lord knows I'm not on one. I want to teach healing from a place of lived experience, as I have been doing. I'm just adding another niche, if you call it, divorce. See, I talk about all kind of stuff, estrangement from parents, estrangement from children, healing, severe anxiety and depression. I talk about it all, but now I get to add divorce from lived experience. And so that's exactly what you're going to continue getting from me. So before I leave for the summer, because I got grown woman stuff to do, and I know y'all do too, I want to invite you to something. If you are feeling stuck, if you are feeling at a crossroads, if you're trying to figure out what's next, if you're tired of carrying the same patterns in another season of your life, I want to invite you to schedule a free clarity call with me. No pressure, no obligation. It's just a conversation about where you are and where you want to go. Because sometimes what people need most is clarity, and clarity changes everything. And remember, I told y'all, you cannot do your healing alone. If you think you can, no, you cannot. You cannot. And I can tell you from experience, when I first was diagnosed with severe anxiety and depression, I tried to fix myself by myself, because I didn't want anybody to know. I was ashamed and all that other stuff. And I ended up making it worse. So just know you cannot heal by yourself. I need you to even if it's not with me, get around community, get a therapist, get another coach. Just go. Don't try to do it by yourself. So I also want you to know that my Staying Stuck Ain't Cute one-on-one coaching program will be opening new spots in August. There are limited spaces for people who are serious about doing the work. If you're not serious, please don't waste your time or mine. And I'm not just talking about change. I'm talking about creating change. If you've been thinking about coaching, this is your opportunity. go to my website, and I'm going to have it in the details on this episode. My website is stanstuckaintcutecoaching.com and learn more. You can schedule a clarity call, and then you can join the wait list. Now, for the exciting part, season 3 of the Quiet as Kept podcast with Shanti B. That's what the new name is going to be. B, my last name is Boswell. And for the longest, people called me Shanti B or called me by my last name. And so I'm going back. I'm getting back to myself. So it's not going to be the Quiet as Kept podcast with Shanti Refuge. That's my married name. It's going to be the Quiet as Kept podcast with Shanti B. And it'll return in September. And trust me, baby, if you thought we were going deep, we're going even deeper. More real conversations, more healing, more truth, more things people think but don't say out loud. And I cannot wait to share with you what's coming. So to every person who listened this season, the season before, thank you. To every person who shared an episode, thank you. To every person who cried, reflected, journaled, healed, or found themselves in these conversations, thank you. This season may be ending, but your healing journey is not, and neither is mine. So, in the meantime, I invite you to go back to season 1, episode 1, and start listening through. Binge. When you're on a plane, when you're on your way to work, when you're at work, binge, listen to all of the episodes, or the ones that resonate with you by the title. I will see you in September for season 3. And until then, I need you to keep writing, keep healing, keep choosing yourself. And remember, some things are quiet as kept, but they don't have to stay that way. And also, healing is hard, but you don't have to do it by yourself. You don't have to. Thank you all, and I will see y'all in September. Be safe out there.